Hello, this is Monica Reinagel, and you are listening to The Nutrition Diva's quick and dirty tips for eating well and feeling fabulous. Today, we're talking about how to tweak your nutrition and your menus as the colder weather settles in. Temperatures are really dropping here in the Northern Hemisphere, and as you get those sweaters and turtlenecks out of storage, it's also time to make a few adjustments to your nutrition and to your eating habits. And so today, I have some tips for staying well-nourished and fit through the winter. Number one, you want to head off those carb cravings. Declining daylight can lead to a dip in serotonin levels, and that can trigger carb cravings. Eating starchy foods like bread, pasta, potatoes, rice, cereal, crackers, and all those other carb-rich foods can cause a boost in serotonin production. But the effect is short-lived. That is, the effect on serotonin levels and mood is short-lived. The extra calories you're consuming may translate into a few extra pounds that you carry around until April, especially because we also tend to get less exercise in the winter. As Dr. Ellen Hendrickson and I talked about in our two-part series on food and mood, there are better ways to boost serotonin and lift your spirits, such as jumping on a treadmill or an exercise bike, reading a book or watching a movie that makes you laugh, or even doing something nice for a stranger. I have links to those episodes and more on serotonin and carbohydrate cravings in the show notes for today, which can be found at nutritiondiva.quickanddirtytips.com. Another way to help stave off winter weight gain is to keep your house and your office on the cool side. Now, I'm not talking about see your breath cold. Very cold temperatures can impair your cognitive performance. But aim for between 65 and 67 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 18 to 19 degrees Celsius. Not only will you save a few bucks on your energy bill, but you'll also burn a few extra calories just maintaining your body heat. Even better though, a cooler environment can inspire you to move around more. Whenever you start feeling a little chilly around the edges, get up and do 25 jumping jacks or burpees, or walk up and down a flight of stairs 10 times. I guarantee it will warm you right up. You'll burn even more extra calories, you'll improve your fitness, and it can help to counter the effects of sitting so much all day. You know, if you're someone who has a hard time staying warm in winter, low iron levels could be part of the problem. Chronic iron deficiency can impair your ability to maintain adequate body temperature. So you want to be sure to include plenty of iron-rich foods like meat, eggs, and dairy in your diet. Now, women, especially those who have heavy periods, have a higher risk of iron deficiency. And because iron is not quite as well absorbed from vegetable sources as it is from animal foods, vegetarians also need to take care to consume enough iron-containing foods. Good vegetarian sources of iron include dried beans and lentils, leafy greens, quinoa, amaranth, and teff. You'll find a link to more iron-containing foods in the show notes for today. Low thyroid function is another common cause of low body temperature. If you are always cold, even when everyone around you is comfortable, it's really worth checking in with your doctor, who can check for both iron deficiency as well as low thyroid levels. My next nutrition tip for the winter weather is don't forget to drink. You know, in warm weather, I always have a glass of ice water or iced tea at hand, and I drink more or less constantly through the day. But when the weather cools down, I seem to get out of that habit, and I end up taking in a lot fewer fluids. Sipping on water, tea, or other liquids helps to suppress the urge to snack between meals, and it also ensures that you're getting up every couple of hours to use the restroom. Switching from iced beverages to hot tea or broth can help you keep your fluid intake up in the cooler weather. And don't let cooler weather cut down on your vegetable consumption. Although I eat salads virtually every day in the summer, crisp raw veggies just don't seem quite as compelling in the winter. For one thing, the greens are not as fresh because they are no longer local. And cooler temperatures also just seem to call for heartier fare. But instead of replacing your daily salad with a baked potato or fries, turn instead to warming vegetable-based soups. It really takes about the same amount of time to chop vegetables for a pot of soup as it does to chop them for a salad, sometimes less. In the show notes, I've included links to 3 of my favorite really simple vegetable soup recipes: a carrot avocado soup, a silken asparagus soup, and a kale soup with rice and lemon. And by the same token, the frosty smoothies that I have for breakfast all summer long just aren't as appealing when the mercury dips. But who says a smoothie has to be cold? You can blend a banana with hot almond or soy milk, some spices, and rolled oats or flaxseed for a warm and cozy breakfast smoothie. And I have a link to some other warm smoothie recipes that you'll enjoy in the show notes, which once again are at nutritiondiva.quickanddirtytips.com. And finally, I want to close with an email that I got last week from Amy, who wrote, I have listened to your podcasts during all the jogs and the bike rides that I did to train for my first half marathon, which I completed yesterday, the Rock and Roll Philadelphia Half Marathon. Thanks to your advice, I added greens and avocados to my smoothies. I upped my vegetable intake overall. I avoided fads, experimented with nuts and soy milks, and ate more healthy grains. And your blog post in response to my question about calcium for muscle spasms was very timely. Your approach to investigating health and nutrition questions set the tone for my own exploratory approach, making sure I truly understood as much as I could about running, feet, shoes, legs, tendons, and so on. But what I'm most proud of is that I approached my training with health in mind and am today at age 51 wearing my race medal and have no injuries at all. Congratulations, Amy. I'm proud of you, and I'm honored to have been a part of your team. I always love to hear from you all, whether it's to ask a question or to share a success story or a challenge. You can email me at nutrition@quickanddirtytips.com or find me on the Nutrition Diva Facebook page. Thanks, Amy, for writing. Thanks all of you for listening. I will see you back here next week. Have a great week.